routine police call to a domestic disturbance spirals into a tense confrontation.
Don't.
Under arrest.
Stop!
While a family vacation turns chaotic as a trusted babysitter's rejected advances.
Lawyer.
No, I'm a police officer.
Lawyer. I'm asking you for
Doctor.
a lawyer.
Okay.
I can pay my bail, dude.
These intense stories reveal the profound impact a toxic partner can have, turning routine moments into chaotic confrontations. A Crystal Lake police officer steps into a home crackling with tension, where a woman's cryptic answers and her husband's visible wounds hint at a chilling domestic clash. On February 24, 2025 at approximately 9 p.m., Crystal Lake Police Department officers responded to a report of a domestic disturbance at a residence. Upon arrival, an officer entered the home and announced their presence as Crystal Lake Police while addressing a woman named Janet, who was in the bedroom under the covers.
Crystal Lake Police, what's going on tonight? Jeanette, I'm wearing a body camera. What's going on tonight?
Can you stop?
I'll take the light out of your eye, but I need you to talk to me and tell me what's going
I'm
on.
awake.
Okay, so what's going on? Why are we getting called here? Is that better? So what happened tonight?
The officer wearing a body camera repeatedly urged Janet to wake up and explain the situation. Janet confirmed she was awake, and the officer adjusted the flashlight to avoid shining it in her eyes, requesting that she clarify the reason for the disturbance call. The officer emphasized the need for Janet to provide details about the events that had occurred.
My husband is pissed off about everything.
David,
Okay.
call
Nothing makes him happy.
49457. David, call
Okay. So what happened?
Okay, dude,
Why did we get called here?
on Monday nights, I get out of work. I go with my girlfriend to a meditation
Okay.
thing. She picks me up at 5:30. We come home at 8:30.
Janet explained that she had attended a meditation session with a girlfriend, a routine Monday activity, and was picked up at 5:30 p.m., returning home around 8:30 p.m. She noted that her husband, David, was visibly upset when she arrived, though she was uncertain about the cause of his anger. Janet recounted informing David that she had forgotten her phone at the meditation session and needed to retrieve it. After returning home, she found David still angry and asked him why he was upset, but he did not provide a clear explanation.
And tell me what happened. I'm gonna have to take his side of
Dude,
what happened.
I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
Okay. So how did all of that happen?
I came home. I walked in the door. And I said, how's everything going? I said, I forgot my phone at the meditation thing. I said, I need to go back to get it. And he's like, whatever. I came back. I walked in the door. And he was pissed off. I don't even know why he was mad. I said, why are you mad?
The officer observed visible marks on David's arm and redness on his body and asked Janet how these injuries occurred. When Janet hesitated to respond, the officer warned that without her account, they would rely on David's version of events. Janet reiterated that she had entered the home, asked David how things were going, and mentioned the forgotten phone, but his anger persisted. The officer inquired whether the marks on David's arm resulted from Janet defending herself, specifically noting an allegation that David had grabbed her by the throat. Janet admitted that David frequently grabbed her but expressed reluctance to elaborate, stating that she felt embarrassed discussing the situation and found it foolish.
Here's the thing. It's okay. I feel so dumb talking to you guys. Like, this is so dumb. This is just...
It's not fun when it gets physical at that point, you know what I mean? That obviously why sometimes we have to get involved.
I understand what you're saying.
So there's always three sides, right?
I get it.
There's
I get
your
it.
side, his side,
And I'm sorry
and
to
the middle.
waste your time. I'm sorry to waste your time. I promise, I'm not...
Hang on for me for just a second. We're gonna sort through this, but we gotta figure it out, okay? So, Jeanette, do me a favor, we gotta get out from under the covers. Do you have shoes that you can put on?
The officer directed Janet to get out from under the covers and put on her shoes, informing her that she was under arrest for domestic battery. Janet questioned the reason for her arrest, and the officer reiterated the domestic battery charge, instructing her to cooperate by putting on her shoes to avoid additional charges for resisting. Janet slowly complied, requesting socks from her dresser and expressing frustration. The officer insisted that she remain in their view while retrieving her belongings, emphasizing that she was under arrest and could not leave their sight.
No.
I'm putting socks on.
Where are the socks?
In my dresser.
You have to stay in our view right now.
Oh
okay?
my God.
So where are the socks at?
In my dresser.
Can you grab one of those there?
No, those are boys.
Okay. Where at in here?
In here.
Okay. Go ahead and grab your socks. You're under arrest right now. You cannot leave my sight. Grab your socks. Put your socks on.
As Jeanette delayed, the officer firmly repeated the order to put on her shoes and move to the edge of the bed to streamline the process. Jeanette denied resisting but continued to protest, leading to increased tension. The officer warned that resistance would result in additional charges and urged her to cooperate peacefully. Jeanette insisted she was not resisting, though the officers proceeded to place her in handcuffs. She complained that the handcuffs were hurting her shoulder, to which the officer responded that cooperation would have prevented the situation.
What is happening?
You are under arrest for domestic battery. I'm not going to repeat that again. Put your shoes
I'm turning the
on.
light off. I'm turning the
We
fan
can
off.
take care of all of that later. Put your shoes on. You're under arrest.
I have to go to the bathroom.
We'll take care
Get
of
out.
that. No, we'll do that
I
at the
have to
station.
go to the
You are
bathroom.
under arrest right now.
Don't
Under arrest.
stop. Stop.
While being escorted downstairs, Jeanette maintained that she was not fighting or resisting. The officers requested a cage car for transport, maintaining control as Jeanette expressed disbelief and frustration about her situation. She requested to use the bathroom, but the officers informed her that would be handled later as she was under arrest. Jeanette questioned the officers' demeanor, asking why they were being harsh, to which they responded that her lack of cooperation was escalating the situation. They advised her to take deep breaths and focus, referencing her meditation practice to help her remain calm.
Stop pulling away. Stop pulling away. Walk down the stairs.
Oh my God, what am I supposed to do? Oh my God.
Stop pulling away.
I'm falling down the stairs.
No, you're not. You're pulling away from me. Let's go.
At the bottom of the stairs, Jeanette continued to express frustration, questioning the domestic battery charge and seeking clarification on the specific actions leading to her arrest. Officer Lewandowski, identifying himself, explained that the charges were based on allegations of biting David and other actions that occurred that evening. He informed Jeanette that further details would be discussed at the station.
I'm not fighting anything.
Do you have a camera set?
Yeah.
Why are you... Stop!
Stop acting crazy.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
not acting crazy.
Take deep breaths.
Okay, deep
Focus
breath.
on your meditation.
The incident concluded with Jeanette being charged with domestic battery and resisting arrest based on the events observed and the allegations made by her husband David regarding the physical altercation that took place that night. A routine traffic stop in Coral Springs escalates into a heated showdown as a woman's emotional unraveling after a fight with her abusive boyfriend collides with mounting evidence of a hit and run. On January 26, 2022, police in Coral Springs responded to a report of a woman striking a pole at a gas station and driving away. The incident unfolded into a tense encounter involving a woman named Jenna, who was stopped by officers while driving her boyfriend's car. The interaction, marked by escalating tension and emotional distress, revealed a complex situation involving a recent altercation with her boyfriend and her refusal to cooperate fully with law enforcement.
Do me a favor, shut the car off for me.
Car off, ma'am.
Shut the car off.
Yeah.
Okay, where are your keys located at? In your bag here? Okay, that's fine. Why don't we just don't reach around in there? I'm gonna put it on the floorboard, okay? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, do me a favor, ma'am. Turn off the phone. Ma'am, Can you hang up on the phone, please? You can call them back. Ma'am, you can call them back shortly.
Officers initiated the stop just west of Turtle Run, directing Jenna to park the vehicle and lower all windows. The primary officer, identified as Officer Kenny, instructed her to turn off the car and place the keys on the floorboard to ensure safety. Jenna, visibly upset, explained she was trying to get home after a fight with her boyfriend, whom she later referred to as abusive. She admitted to not having a driver's license on her and stated the vehicle belonged to her boyfriend. When asked if she had ever been issued a license, she confirmed she had not.
My boyfriend? Like, please.
Where are you coming from tonight?
What?
Where are you coming from tonight?
North.
Where are you coming from? Where are you driving from? Keep it on through.
I was just having
Where are you coming from tonight?
I was having a fight with my boyfriend. You can talk to him.
Okay, I don't need to talk to him right now. Do me a favor, hang up the phone and just talk to me, okay? Alright?
Please.
Please what? Do you have a license on you tonight?
No.
No, you don't have a license on you tonight? It's not in your purse?
No.
Throughout the interaction, Jenna was on her phone attempting to contact her boyfriend, mother, and an attorney. Officers repeatedly asked her to hang up and focus on their questions, emphasizing the need to verify her identity and investigate the reported accident. Jenna denied hitting a pole at the gas station, despite the officers receiving a detailed report matching her vehicle's description and license plate. The officer requested her social security number to confirm her identity, but Jenna was reluctant, growing increasingly agitated.
Jenna,
No.
give me the phone.
No.
Listen.
I'm calling my attorney.
I'll ID you from there. Okay, so you got it.
I got her 14. I'm gonna try to run it right now, find out what's going on.
Just check it. It's, out of proof.
Out of Creek?
Please.
Okay. We'll wait for the TAI to do his thing and we'll go ours. Yeah, trust me. I know.
Please, officer. I
One time,
will
29,
walk
please.
home. I will walk home.
One time, 29, please. Alright, Jenna, let me get your phone. Jenna.
No.
As the situation progressed, officers noted damage to both sides of the vehicle, suggesting a collision had occurred. Jenna's behavior oscillated between cooperation and defiance. She requested to smoke a cigarette, which the officer denied due to his allergy, asking her to remain in the vehicle. However, Jenna attempted to exit the car, prompting officers to intervene physically to keep her contained. Her repeated requests to use the bathroom became a focal point, with officers promising to facilitate this once she complied with their instructions.
You're on the side of a road right now.
Please. You know what? You.
Is there any weapons in the vehicle?
No. No. No.
Your boyfriend doesn't hold vehicles and weapon and
My phone's ringing.
I see that it's
Please.
ringing.
Give me my phone.
Who's Matt? At the ale house.
What?
Who's Matt at the ale house? Is that your boyfriend?
No.
Okay.
No.
Alright, they'll call back in a minute. Jenna, you can have your possessions in a moment. I'm not letting you smoke in front of me when I already told you that I cannot breathe in that kind of smoke.
I'll go out of here.
You're not gonna go outside and do it there either.
No, I am.
The officers' attempts to de-escalate were met with resistance. Jenna's emotional state deteriorated, marked by profanity and pleas to contact her husband, whom she interchangeably referred to as her boyfriend, Eric. She accused the officers of hurting her and refused to comply with requests to remove her rings, bra, and an additional shirt, which were required for processing. Despite efforts to explain the process, including the need to log her possessions, Jenna remained uncooperative, insisting on speaking to a lawyer.
Jake.
Oh my god. Oh my god. No, stop. 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 Stop.
She's got damage to her front bumper. Stand by 1 second. I'll give you
Yeah.
let's just get her. Yep.
No, please stop.
The situation escalated when officers suspected Jenna was driving under the influence, DUI. They noted slurred speech and the smell of alcohol, though Jenna denied these observations. She refused a field sobriety test and a breath sample, leading the officer to inform her of the consequences: a 1-year driver's license suspension for a first refusal or 18 months for a second, along with potential misdemeanor charges. Jenna's response was defiant, insisting she knew the law and continuing to demand legal representation.
You got it?
Oh my god, my arm! Oh my fucking god!
Unbuckle that belt so I can slide it over.
No, no,
Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna let go for a sec. All right.
no, no,
No?
no. I asked you.
Do you know any other words besides no?
I asked you to smoke.
No. I told you you couldn't have smoke.
No,
Stop.
no, no.
Stop.
Ow!
Put your feet in.
No, no.
Officers eventually placed Jenna in handcuffs after she attempted to leave the vehicle, citing safety concerns. Her distress intensified as she complained about the handcuffs causing pain and continued to demand to use the bathroom, threatening to urinate in the patrol car. The officers, maintaining professionalism, assured her they would address her needs but required her cooperation. They removed her shoes and attempted to process her jewelry, noting 2 rings, one with a green stone and clear stones, the other white metal, which Jenna refused to remove herself, citing swollen fingers.
Non-alcoholic beverage?
No.
Okay. How about this? Would you be willing to do a field sobriety test to dispel my concerns?
Nope.
Would you be willing to provide a breath sample to determine your breath alcohol content?
Absolutely not.
Okay, perfect. So this is what's going to happen. My partner, I know that you said you need to use the restroom. We're going to try to get that facilitated quickly so that way you don't urinate on yourself, okay?
I want to go home.
Okay, cool. So my partner's going to help you use the restroom.
Have a seat. Have a
Okay?
seat right there. Hold on, I'm going to take some of your items off of you, okay?
Okay. I want to go home.
Okay.
Just hold down.
You told
Yeah.
me I was going to go home.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lie.
You will go home eventually.
Why?
Why what? Why eventually?
I'll let her take this off.
Okay.
All right, stand up for me. Turn around away from me.
Face the
away
wall.
from me. Move this way. Move to your left. To your left. To your left. Separate your feet. Separate your feet.
Throughout the encounter, Jenna's behavior fluctuated between compliance and outbursts, including profanity and accusations that the officers were violating her rights. The officers, led by Officer Kenny, remained focused on following protocol, ensuring Jenna's safety, and completing the investigation. They communicated with her mother over the phone, assuring her that Jenna was not injured but was being detained due to the reported accident. The officers also coordinated with a traffic accident investigator to examine the vehicle damage and planned to take Jenna to the police department for further processing.
Lawyer. Lawyer.
No, I'm a police officer.
Lawyer. I'm asking you
Doctor.
for a lawyer.
Okay.
Lawyer.
You have that right. You have that right. You really do. That's fine.
Lawyer.
Stop moving. You can speak without moving around.
Lawyer.
Okay, doctor.
I have nothing. I have nothing.
Are you pregnant, ma'am?
The encounter concluded with Jenna being transported to a facility where she was allowed to use the bathroom and have her possessions logged. Her repeated requests for a lawyer and to contact her husband were acknowledged, but officers emphasized the need to complete the legal process first.
No. No, I'm going home.
Okay.
I am going home.
Can you please take these rings off from me?
No. Get. No. Get.
If you want to use both hands, I got
No. No, 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 no. Get off me.
it. Go get,
Get off
go get some
me.
hand sanitizer on your hand.
Stop. Stop.
Stop moving.
Get off me.
I'm not on you.
Get off me.
I'm not on you.
No, 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 no.
Ma'am, why?
You have no right.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Ma'am.
Stop.
Ultimately, Jenna faced charges of driving under the influence, operating a vehicle without a license, improper lane changes, and failure to maintain a single lane. She was sentenced to 12 months of probation, mandated to attend DUI school, and received a 10-year driver's license suspension. A simple pullover for a suspended registration takes a dramatic turn when Officer Yates uncovers a web of legal troubles leading to the arrest of a man and his defiant passenger with a hidden warrant. Officer Yates of the Mary Police Department pulled over a vehicle due to its suspended registration. The driver, a man, acknowledged the vehicle's illegal status and admitted he lacked a valid driver's license. He explained that his license had recently been unsuspended after passing a written test, but he still needed to reschedule a road test. He mentioned he was returning from getting food before starting work at 5 p.m.
I have work at 5, so...
Okay. Is this your ID?
Yeah, this is my ID.
Okay. Do you have a
My house is
insurance
right
card
down the road.
for the vehicle?
Hey, Kimmy, where's the insurance card? Is it? I don't know. I don't know if she has it. I don't.
Okay, just hang tight for me, okay? You don't have anything in the car?
Nope.
Anything like that? Okay, do you have anything on you?
No. Besides.
Guns, drugs, weapons, anything stick me, poke me?
Nope.
Okay. All right, go ahead and leave that in there.
Okay.
Okay. Because you won't be needing that. Go ahead, put your hands behind your back. Okay.
Yates requested the man's ID, which he provided, but when asked for an insurance card, the driver was unsure and asked the woman in the car, named Cammie, about its location. She was uncertain and Yates instructed them to wait while he investigated further. He confirmed that driving without a valid license constituted a Class A misdemeanor and arrestable offense. Yates then directed the man to exit the vehicle, confirmed he had no weapons or drugs, and arrested him for driving without a license.
So the vehicle's being towed. All right. He said you're coming to grab his phone, correct? Stand back. Stand back. Stand back.
It is my car. I can grab his phone.
Hey, no, you're not.
I'm pregnant. Leave me
Okay,
alone.
get out of here.
No,
go,
you will not get in my face. Don't touch me.
You want to go to jail? Do you want to go to jail?
Do not touch me. I'm pregnant.
I told you to stop. You didn't listen. I'm not putting up with it. I tried being nice to you and hearing you out, but you're not listening. Lean your back against you. What's your name?
Due to the vehicle's lack of insurance and suspended plates, Yates informed the man it would be towed and promised to provide details on its location. Cammie, who was not the driver's girlfriend, approached to retrieve his phone, asserting the car belonged to her. When she attempted to reach inside, Yates instructed her to stand back, but she refused, stating she was pregnant and demanding to be left alone. Her defiance persisted despite warnings, leading Yates to threaten arrest. When she continued to resist, he arrested her.
If you want to keep it up, that's fine.
How would you feel if that was your woman?
My woman wouldn't do that.
Oh yeah, I bet she f***ing wouldn't.
You said you were born in 2000?
No.
What year? 2003. Try that. 2003.
Cammy, try to calm down. Piece of shit.
All right. So, Cammy, hey, you have a warrant. All right.
No, please.
Okay. Yeah, you have a warrant. All right. Did you miss?
Upon checking her information, Yates discovered Cammie had an outstanding warrant, likely for failing to appear in court for a traffic offense. She pleaded against detention, but the warrant required her to remain in custody, possibly until a judge was available. The man, concerned for her well-being due to her pregnancy, inquired about her safety, and Yates assured him the jail had nurses and necessary resources. The man was charged with operating an uninsured vehicle and driving on a suspended license, while Cammie was booked on her warrant. At a Florida hotel, a healthcare worker's night of betrayal by so-called friends explodes into a chaotic standoff with deputies, where accusations fly and panic threatens to consume her. On May 11, 2025, deputies responded to a call from hotel security regarding a disturbance at a hotel in Florida. The situation involved a group of individuals causing a commotion, with one woman, referred to as Kai, at the center of the incident. This account details the events as they unfolded, based on the interactions between Kai, the deputies, and the other individuals involved, preserving the original content and context with dialogue converted to narrative statements.
Did other people leave?
What?
Did other people leave?
No, he helped me pull. He gave me a ride because I was like, please help me. I just don't understand.
So she
And they
got
were,
So you guys go on.
can I give you something? I didn't want a shot, so I gave my shot to somebody else.
Give me
They
1
yelled
second.
at me about it.
Just hang tight. Just chill out.
Can I please just relax?
Yeah, you can relax right there.
Kai, a healthcare worker from Wisconsin, was staying in room 411 and appeared visibly upset when deputies arrived. She expressed feeling betrayed and overwhelmed by a group of people she had considered friends, particularly one coworker she had known for 6 years. She stated that she initially believed she was comfortable with this group, but the situation had deteriorated, leading to distrust and anxiety. She conveyed her desire to calm down and avoid further conflict, explaining that she felt ganged up on and did not want to escalate the situation. She mentioned her intention to return to her room to relax, emphasizing that these individuals were not her friends and that she had misjudged her relationship with one of them.
Can I tell you how I feel before you talk?
Sure, I wasn't talking, but go ahead.
I know, but I know you will eventually.
Okay.
I seriously. So this trip was me and my coworker that we've been knowing each other for like 6 years on and off. And I didn't feel fully comfortable with her friends. And I thought I was fully comfortable. And it's like they switched on me.
Kai described how the evening had unfolded. She had been out with the group, purchasing drinks for them and believing they were enjoying themselves. She noted that one person had given her a ride, which she initially appreciated, but she felt the group's behavior changed, causing her to feel betrayed. She expressed confusion and sadness about the situation, stating that she did not understand why people acted the way they did. She insisted she had not acted with malicious intent and reiterated her goal to pack her belongings and return to Wisconsin without further drama, expressing a desire to avoid conflict.
I just want to go home.
I got you.
And my home is Wisconsin.
Okay. Where are you going to stay if you don't stay here tonight?
Here. This is the only option until the girls me, like this whole thing against me, I didn't do anything.
I got you. Well, I don't think staying here is going to be an option tonight for you or your friends. So what's a backup plan?
I'm telling you, I'm not making any misfits.
The deputies listened to Kai's concerns, attempting to manage the situation calmly. They inquired whether the other individuals had left, and Kai responded that they were still present, preparing to head to the airport. She estimated there were approximately 4 people in the group. The deputies informed her that the hotel staff had reported issues with the group, and they were all required to leave the premises immediately. They explained that staying at the hotel was no longer an option for her or the others. Kai requested a brief moment to collect herself, citing her mental health and mentioning that she worked 80 to 90 hours a week, which was affecting her well-being. She asked for 10 to 15 minutes to rest before arranging transportation, but the deputies urged her to make arrangements quickly, as the hotel wanted the group off the property.
They have to go too.
They can be comfortable. I'm one person. I'm not going to wait for 4. Please just let me pack my stuff. I have most of it packed.
Well, they're almost done. You can go and grab the rest of your stuff when they're done. Yes. You're shaking your head no, but I'm shaking my head yes.
I will listen to you, but not this bitch because she
Why
does
she
not.
didn't do anything to you?
Because exactly, she don't even listen to the full story and she's got a problem.
She doesn't even talk to you.
Exactly. She hasn't even talked to me, and she's still got an attitude on her face. Yeah, report somebody else. I'm 5'3", 180 pounds. What do I really need? One person.
Look at me.
Because these bitches, especially this one, is fake as as a friend.
Don't point.
Get away from me, dude.
Okay, yeah.
You are.
We're not getting physical.
Kai's anxiety increased during her interactions with the deputies. She repeatedly expressed a need to feel safe and voiced discomfort with one female deputy, whom she accused of contributing to her distress by not listening and acting dismissively. She described the deputy as having an inappropriate demeanor and recounted how the deputy's actions, such as closing the windows and doors in the patrol car, worsened her panic attacks and asthma. Kai stated that she had been dealing with these medical conditions and that her interactions with the group had caused her significant trouble. She maintained that she had been cooperative from the start, emphasizing her desire to gather her belongings and leave peacefully.
So what do you still have in here?
Not you, like I said. Maybe Caitlin.
What do you still have in here?
I can't hear you. Come closer. I said, Caitlin, I can't hear you. Come closer.
This is aggressive.
I think not. You're a bad friend. You asked me 2 days ago. You're a bad friend.
I thought you had stuff you had to finish packing.
Like I said, I am, but she's a bad friend.
As the deputies worked to resolve the situation, Kai became increasingly confrontational, particularly with the female deputy. She made personal remarks about the deputy's appearance, suggesting improvements to her makeup routine. Kai's comments escalated as she accused the deputy of treating her poorly and shutting the car window during her panic attack. She also made remarks about the male deputies, questioning their professionalism and personal lives, implying that one was overly influenced by women. Despite her claims of cooperation, Kai's refusal to follow instructions promptly heightened tensions.
Why are you so rigid?
Ma'am, I don't want to escort you out, but there's nothing in here for you to
I'm
take.
telling you,
And I'm telling you...
you are not making my anxiety okay. I told her to shut the door if you want any answers.
That towel's not yours. It belongs here.
I'm checking, so my shit is not missing. You want to know why?
I see nothing in here.
You want to know why?
No, I don't.
Because I work healthcare. I have no time and no money to afford anything else. Whatever I got in here, I'm taking with me.
Okay,
so let me have a moment to find everything.
nothing
Because
in
this
here.
is not right.
There's nothing in...
The deputies located Kai's belongings, including her wallet, ID, and debit card, which she was insistent on securing before leaving. They confirmed the items were in the room and retrieved them for her. However, Kai's continued resistance to leaving the property and her confrontational behavior led to her arrest. She was placed in the patrol car, where she continued to express frustration, alleging that the female deputy was harassing her by closing the window and turning off the air conditioning. Kai also mentioned her medical conditions, including asthma and anxiety, and requested that the male deputies, whom she felt safer with, handle her case.
And it's too late. I just want to put my hair up because I don't have my contract right now.
Perfect. I'm gonna talk to you.
Clearly, I can't trust this guy because he's under a woman's thumb.
Listen. Hold on.
Please.
Is her wallet up there?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell them.
Okay, look, just calm down for a second, all right?
Kai's belongings were secured, and she was informed she could retrieve them later. Despite her pleas to return to Wisconsin without further issues, the situation had escalated beyond her control. The deputies documented the incident, ensuring all items were accounted for, including a credit union card and her ID. Kai's emotional state remained volatile as she continued to voice her grievances, describing the group as untrustworthy and expressing her desire to cut ties with them.
You need your ID. I'll see if I can find your ID
Exactly.
and your credit card.
And I can't pay my f***ing bail, dude.
Okay, I'll look.
I just need my f***ing card.
I will look for it. Okay.
I will sleep in my f***ing car overnight.
Ma'am, okay.
Don't. I'm talking to him.
No, you're not.
I'm talking to him. You're hurting me. You're hurting me.
Then walk.
Throughout the incident, Kai maintained that she was a victim of betrayal by her friends and mistreatment by the female deputy. She felt her attempts to cooperate were ignored and that her medical conditions were not adequately considered. Her distress was compounded by being far from home, as she expressed a longing to return to her own bed in Wisconsin.
Keep walking over.
If I got bruises on me, I'm sending pictures in of you.
Okay. Come on. Take your step.
Let go. You're hurting me. You're hurting me. All because you think some bitch rules the Look how compliant I am.
Then take a seat.
All because you can just listen to me.
Kai remained confrontational, particularly with the female deputy, continuing to make personal remarks and expressing distrust. She faces charges of trespass after warning and resisting arrest, stemming from her failure to comply with multiple instructions to leave the hotel premises.
Bruise on my ankle. I don't think I said that.
You said you're all bruised up.
I'm bruised up every which
From what?
way.
From what?
Because yesterday I keep hanging. Can I tell you?
No, I'm listening,
I'm not
but
trying to yell. I'm just trying to calm down. I keep hanging out with these girls and I keep getting in trouble and I'm not.
Promptly, the suspect was cited for operating an uninsured vehicle and driving on a suspended license. Cami was booked on her warrant and additionally charged with resisting arrest. Inside a police station lobby, a woman's quest for justice erupts into a fiery confrontation. As her accusations of officer misconduct spiral into a dramatic arrest, that shocks onlookers. On June 5, 2024, officers responded to a disturbance in the lobby of the police department involving a disorderly citizen. The situation escalated quickly, involving heated exchanges, allegations of improper conduct, and ultimately an arrest.
You can touch my face and I can make it a personal space. Now you're touching me.
Let's step outside. Nope, you just touched him.
I did not. He touched me. He touched me. He touched me. He touched me.
Stay away from him. Don't get in his face.
These 3 complaints that I have today is about officer coming down here on the 17th.
The individual, a female, was in the lobby to file complaints against officers. She expressed frustration that her previous complaints were not handled according to department policy. She claimed that on May 17, an officer had pretended to process 2 citizen affidavits by numbering the pages and making copies, but failed to sign them, rendering them invalid. She stated that her concerns were not being taken seriously and accused the officers of dismissing her claims without proper investigation. She insisted that department policy required officers to accept her complaints and felt her rights were being violated when they refused to do so.
Margin for you to refuse. It does not say there anywhere.
Please.
You need to leave. No, I'm not leaving. I have more of these to fill out.
No, we're not
I have
taking.
2 more.
No, you're not taking the
I have a
complaints.
complaint about Gregory lying to me all on the phone yesterday. That's getting filled out right now.
We're not
Yes,
taking
it is.
this. No.
Yes, it is. I have that one and yet another one at file. I am paying them, taking them, and having them come to my...
An officer informed her that they would not accept repetitive complaints, as they had already addressed her concerns. The individual became agitated, raised her voice, and accused the officer of touching her personal belongings without permission. She claimed the officer had physically touched her, which she deemed inappropriate. The officer denied these allegations, asserting that the individual had invaded their personal space. The confrontation intensified as the individual refused to leave the lobby, asserting her right to stay and continue filling out complaint forms. She maintained that the officers had no authority to make her leave the public lobby.
Literally lying. These aren't repeats. I have never complained about that pretending. They pretended to take 2 citizen complaint affidavits. They put the numbers on the pages. They went back there and made a copy for me. 2 copies, because they were 2 separate complaints. Numbered the pages for each of them.
As the exchange continued, the individual accused the officers of lying and failing to follow protocol. She referenced a phone call from the previous day, alleging that an officer named Gregory had misled her. She demanded that her new complaints, including one about the officer's alleged dishonesty, be accepted. The officers, however, maintained that they would not accept additional complaints they considered repetitive. The individual's refusal to comply with requests to leave or calm down led to further escalation. She was warned that her behavior was disruptive as she was raising her voice in a public space with other people present.
Stand up. Please stand up. Stand up. That's nice. Put your hands behind your back.
Oh my God. No, this is not
that.
okay. This is not okay. Please, somebody do something about this. This is not okay.
Don't.
Crosby, please.
Stop.
This is not okay.
Stop.
This is not okay.
Stop.
This is not okay. 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 Please, 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 please. I am under arrest for no reason.
Stop.
I am under arrest for no reason. I am under arrest for no reason.
The situation reached a critical point when officers instructed the individual to stand up and leave the premises. She refused, reiterating her right to remain in the lobby and continue her paperwork. The officers then moved to physically intervene, which she resisted, leading to her arrest. During this process, she repeatedly stated that the arrest was unjust and claimed she was being detained without reason. She accused the officers of causing her physical harm and violating her rights, asserting that she was sitting quietly in the lobby filling out a form, which she believed was her right. She also alleged that an officer had stood on her foot, causing discomfort, though she clarified that her movements were a reaction to the pain and not an attempt to kick anyone.
Violating my rights! You are absolutely violating my rights! You are violating my rights! I was seated quietly filling out a complaint, and you all did this to me. I do not believe that.
We're at a point with poor choices right now. We have a female. Doing this. Somewhere.
Why am I being arrested? Why am I being arrested?
Put your feet down.
Why am I being arrested?
The individual continued to protest her arrest, questioning what law she had broken by sitting in the lobby and filling out forms. She insisted that the officers had no legal basis to detain her and accused them of targeting her unjustly. She requested a female officer be present, asserting that the officers were holding her without provocation. She maintained that she was not resisting arrest and was simply exercising her rights as a citizen. The officers, however, proceeded with the arrest, citing her refusal to comply with their instructions and her disruptive behavior.
Told me to stand. What do you need? Told me to stand. Told me to stand. And I have every right to be sitting there. What law was I breaking when I was sitting there?
Throughout the incident, the individual recorded the interaction, stating that she had a camera and was documenting the encounter. Officers acknowledged the recording and noted that they were also documenting the situation. The interaction drew attention from other personnel, with a mention of the Criminal Affairs Department, though no further action from that unit was detailed.
You like clothes?
I need some shoes because my feet are burning, which is the reason I was doing this. So that's not kicking anyone, that's because my feet are hot. So there you go.
had a chance to sit in the car. You had a chance to sit in the car. Stand on my foot.
The individual was ultimately removed from the premises and arrested. The charges filed against her included battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting arrest without violence. Additionally, she was trespassed from the police department and city hall, barring her from returning to those locations. A family's trusted babysitter unleashes a shocking tirade of violence after a rejected advance, leaving a hotel in disarray and a family grappling with betrayal as police intervene. On the night of July 27, 2024, police responded to a hotel where a babysitter had a violent outburst after her employer rejected her advances. The situation escalated into physical altercations, property damage, and emotional distress, leaving the family and authorities shaken and prompting serious legal considerations.
Stop! Cut it out! Well, calm down and you'll sit up. Relax.
I can't live.
Calm down.
My baby kicking, bitch.
The babysitter, employed by a family for 4 to 5 months, was on a trip with them to care for their children, including a 3-month-old infant. The family, consisting of a husband, his wife, and their 4 children, lived in a 3-bedroom duplex where they had provided the 23-year-old babysitter with a bed, meals, and a nightly payment of $75. Previously considered a trusted caregiver, the babysitter displayed behavior that night that shocked the family.
I ain't got everything, so bring these in the office.
Yeah, we got battery, Elliot.
Hey, you told, hey, you finna have to, y'all finna get so to, yo, hey, mommy, you say what, mommy? Did I do anything wrong? Mommy, hey, don't try to direct call, pussy asshole. Hey, you pussy asshole. Don't try to direct call you, hey, you cricket asshole.
The incident began when the wife and her friend left the hotel room to retrieve a charger from their truck. In their absence, the babysitter made sexual advances toward the husband, which he rejected. When he informed his wife upon her return, the babysitter became enraged, denied the allegations, and started yelling and cursing. Her behavior turned violent as she punched and slapped the husband, causing visible facial injuries, and threw a glass across the room, which shattered. She then chased him into the hallway as he attempted to escape.
Are you serious? I just stand up. Are you motherfucking you? Watch your rabbit ass mouth. I'm finna sue y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna sue y'all. You literally slammed me when all I did was stand up. I thought all we can do is stand up. I can't do nothing but stand up. I'm gonna look at it. Knock it off. Ow! Look at this! Please, sir! Look at this! Now you wanna look!
The wife described the babysitter's behavior as uncharacteristically aggressive, noting that she appeared to be foaming at the mouth and unlike the person they knew. Frightened, the wife and her friend fled down the stairs, while the husband, a black belt skilled in self-defense, tried to dodge the babysitter's blows but was struck at least once. He attempted to calm the situation but found her aggression made it impossible to leave immediately. The wife expressed her desire to leave the hotel and even relocate their home to avoid further conflict with the babysitter.
He's going down with his right, with his smoking too. What's your badge number? What is your badge number? What is your badge number? Oh, you trying to scoop my head? Mr. L-A-L, Mr. L-L.
Just, we need you to get out.
Hey, I'm about to die like Mr. Jefferson. Hey, I got breathe like Mr. Jefferson. Hey.
Hotel guests and staff observed parts of the altercation, describing the babysitter's behavior as unprecedented. When police arrived, they found her still yelling and threatening those around her. During her arrest, she kicked and bit the officers, with one officer reporting a bite mark requiring medical attention. After being subdued and handcuffed, she continued to shout, claiming she was pregnant, couldn't breathe, and was being treated harshly. She demanded the officers' badge numbers and insisted on reviewing camera footage, believing it would support her account.
We're going to the car.
What am I going to jail for, man? What am I going to jail for? What am I going to jail for? Yes!
Get in the car.
Yes! 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 Oh, y'all gonna hit me? Y'all gonna hit me? My leg not physical. My leg not physical. I can't get in. My leg not physical. My leg not physical. Sir!
The family was devastated by the incident. The wife felt betrayed as the babysitter had been a close friend and reliable caregiver. She was particularly upset that the babysitter had attacked her husband, emphasizing that they had supported her extensively, including plans to help her purchase a used car. The husband, concerned about the babysitter's threats to continue the conflict if released, hesitated to press criminal charges immediately, preferring to consult his attorney first. Both acknowledged the severity of the situation. The wife's friend confirmed that the babysitter had punched, slapped, and thrown objects at the husband.
In the middle, she's cussing at us, threatening us, and all kinds of shit, and she started charging us, so I was just like, I'm backing up with her. And then she went after him and grabbed him, and I'm like, okay, this ain't gonna end well. I reached out, grabbed her up behind one arm, grabbed my arm, and just brought her down, and laid her down, and that's when she was kicking her flanker, and they grabbed her legs, and we were like, well, I guess we'll wait here for another counter.
Were you hit or?
Oh, bit.
You were bit?
Yeah. She's like, I can't breathe, so I let go a little bit. And I was like, all right. And then she tried to reach and bite. I felt her grab me, and I pulled her by a hair off.
Where did she bite you at?
Right here. EMS is like, yeah, go to the hospital. I wiped her down with a bunch of alcohol and shit. They're like, yeah, go get checked out.
Do you want to pursue criminal charges? No. Can I get, do you have an ID? So you guys responded out there?
Oh, yeah, and they were like in the middle of the hallway.
Police collected statements from all parties and planned to review hotel security footage to clarify the events. The husband's injuries were documented, and the bitten officer sought medical treatment, cleaning the wound with alcohol as a precaution. The family, worried about their children's safety and the betrayal, decided to relocate. The wife expressed concern about managing childcare for their 4 children without the babysitter, who had been integral to their daily lives.
She kept getting more upset, and yeah, she started actually hitting me, and then she started going after my wife for some reason. Started hitting me again, and started throwing, as you'll see in the room, throwing things. And so at that time, I had my wife and her friend leave, and I tried to.
The babysitter, during her outbursts, accused the husband of lying and claimed the family owed her money despite their assertions of regular payment and financial support. She also stated she was pregnant, complained that officers had kicked her and caused her to urinate on herself, and threatened to sue both the police and the family, insisting she had done nothing wrong beyond standing up. These claims were overshadowed by the physical evidence of the husband's injuries and the consistent accounts of her violent behavior from multiple witnesses.
So that's pretty much it. We rained on here, and
Okay. Was hotel security notified?
no, we didn't get a hold of them. We just called them called y'all as we were running down here. Yeah.
But they weren't up there when you...
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to get a timeline for everything.
Yes.
So you saw her hit her...
The incident profoundly affected the family, who had trusted the babysitter as part of their household. The police continued their investigation, preparing to file charges based on evidence of assault and battery, while the family grappled with the emotional and logistical aftermath of the night's events.
A traffic crash in 2023 turns chaotic when a woman, visibly drunk, defies police orders. On August 7, 2023, a traffic accident sparked a tense confrontation between police and a woman showing signs of intoxication. The incident began when residents reported a collision to the police. At the scene, the victim pointed to the woman, who appeared unable to control her behavior. Officers requested her cooperation, but she refused, acting uncooperatively and giving contradictory statements. She claimed she was looking for her car keys, at one point saying she rode a bicycle.
No, I'm not.
You're not intoxicated?
No, I was riding bicycles. You
Okay.
see my pants?
I understand that. You talked about how you can ride bicycles. That's good.
Then admitting she drove to the scene. When asked for her name and documents, the woman did not comply. She refused to take a field sobriety test, insisting she wasn't drunk and only needed a can of paint. Officers noted her inability to control her speech and actions, repeatedly highlighting her lack of cooperation. Despite this, she continued to resist, even refusing to turn around and put her hands behind her back when instructed. Ultimately, police had to use force to restrain her due to her intense resistance.
Do it.
No. I'm not doing that. No, we are not doing this. No, no.
The woman was arrested on 2 charges: resisting law enforcement and driving under the influence. Witnesses at the scene confirmed she caused the accident by crashing into a truck. They described her sitting in her car for a long time after the collision, and when she stepped out, she couldn't stand steadily, showing signs of having consumed alcohol beforehand. During the restraint process, she repeatedly shouted, called for help, demanded to contact her husband, and claimed she was harmless. Even when handcuffed, she continued to resist, escalating the tension. Some bystanders intervened, but officers persistently urged her to comply, warning of detention if she kept resisting.
Hello. You accosted me, and I'm sorry I don't remember what the is your name. And it's raining, and I'm trying to get home. And what is your name? Ah! Oh my God! You're jerking me around back here. I'm recording you. I am so reporting you. Ah! And now I'm handcuffed.
In the end, the woman was detained and informed of a future court date. A video of the incident quickly spread on social media, sparking widespread debate. A passenger's refusal to exit a plane escalates into a tense police showdown, halting a flight. The forceful removal ignites fierce arguments about rights versus airline security. At an airport, a disruptive incident unfolded when a pilot ordered a passenger to disembark due to Colombo, but the passenger refused to comply. Airline staff explained the reason for the removal, citing safety concerns, but the passenger resisted, escalating tensions. The staff reiterated the request to leave, but the passenger remained uncooperative, prompting them to call airport police for assistance.
If you don't stand up and get off the aircraft.
Probably already gonna go.
Do you want to get arrested?
I really,
then
honestly,
stand up and get off the aircraft. That's all you have to do.
It's not about that, man.
Okay.
You can.
I'm going to ask you one more time, and then I'm going to have to put my hands on you. Okay?
For what reason?
Because you're not
Let me
listening.
ask you that. You're gonna put no. And that's fine. That's fine. Why do you have a right to put your hands on me, though?
Let's go, Rick.
No, why do you have a right to put your hands on me?
Ma'am,
What am I
up.
doing that makes you feel like you have a right to put your hands on me?
Upon arrival, officers calmly asked the passenger to exit the aircraft, but the passenger reacted defiantly, refusing to comply. As the situation intensified, police warned of stricter measures if the passenger continued to resist. Despite repeated requests, the passenger's aggressive behavior persisted, causing the situation to spiral out of control and creating unease among other passengers and crew. To maintain safety, the police urged the passenger to remain calm, but the individual ignored the advice, shouting and disrupting the boarding process. Ultimately, the passenger was forcibly removed from the aircraft and detained for resisting authority and disrupting operations. Once the situation was resolved, the plane was cleared for takeoff, allowing normal operations to resume. The incident, however, sparked varied public reactions. Many witnesses supported the airline's decisive response, citing the need for order and safety. Others criticized the police's handling, arguing it was overly aggressive, prompting widespread debate about passenger rights and responsibilities on flights.
Too. I thought he was cute too. I looked at his eyeballs and I thought he looked into my eyeballs, and then he abused that. I was nothing. I'm speaking my mind. I should not be arrested right now.
Okay,
Man.
but right now we have to follow procedures and we'll get to the bottom of what's happening.
Karen Monroe Dellen's minor crash in Miami-Dade spirals into violence, with knives and liquor found in her car. Her aggressive resistance and taser restraint fuel a legal firestorm. In Miami-Dade County, Florida, a traffic collision involving 25-year-old Karen Monroe Dellon escalated into a volatile confrontation with police. After crashing her vehicle, Karen was approached by officers who struggled to communicate with her, as she did not understand Spanish, the language they initially used. Despite her repeated apologies, the situation deteriorated due to the language barrier and her increasing agitation. Officers attempted to remain calm, but Karen's behavior grew erratic, complicating efforts to resolve the incident peacefully. Ignoring their commands, she resisted physically, prompting police to deploy a taser to subdue her. After a struggle, officers successfully restrained and arrested her, charging her with resisting arrest and assaulting a law enforcement officer. During the search of her vehicle, police discovered a large knife under the driver's seat, along with multiple other knives and 2 empty liquor bottles. Karen claimed she had only been drinking beer and that the collision was minor, but her actions suggested otherwise. Her aggression persisted even after being placed in a patrol car, where she kicked at officers, leading to an additional charge. Further inspection of the vehicle revealed more dangerous items, raising concerns about her intentions. A domestic assault call uncovers an intoxicated suspect who bites and kicks police, escalating a volatile scene. Body camera footage reveals a chaotic fight, sparking transparency debates. Police received a report of a domestic assault involving a minor, leading officers to a volatile scene. A female officer located the suspect, visibly intoxicated, sitting in their car. The suspect was detained in the back of a patrol vehicle as the investigation unfolded. Agitated, the suspect attempted to approach friends nearby, but officers intervened, ordering them to remain in the vehicle. The suspect resisted, demanding immediate release and escalating the situation with defiant behavior.
Sabrina.
What?
Stop. Listen to me.
Them.
Listen. Listen. If you keep hitting the cruiser and you cause damages, you will get charged for property damage. Do you understand me? If you keep acting this way, I will call medics.
Why would you put me here?
Stop.
This is fucking brutality.
Stop.
This is fucking police brutality.
Okay.
This is what you do. This is
Stay in the cruiser.
let me get the fuck to my house.
You're not free to go.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. You know what? You motherfucker.
The suspect's agitation intensified, shouting accusations of police brutality and disrupting the scene. Officers warned that continued aggression would lead to further action, but the suspect responded with profanity and threats. In a reckless act, the suspect deliberately struck their head against the patrol car, prompting officers to restrain them by holding their hair to prevent injury. Despite efforts to de-escalate, the suspect persisted in struggling, attempting to break free from custody.
Okay.
You wanna fucking come at me, bitch? Huh? Let's go. Let's go.
The confrontation turned violent when the suspect allegedly bit an officer's leg and kicked others, resulting in charges of assaulting police. Officers informed the suspect of these serious accusations, but the individual ignored commands, continuing to cause a disturbance. The suspect claimed their family had been attacked earlier and demanded to see them, a request denied by officers who emphasized their intent to resolve the matter peacefully.
Shut up! Shut up, you stupid motherfucker!
Please, don't say nothing to her.
Stop holding that. Right there. Stop holding that.
I'm not letting go to you.
Stop holding that,
No.
I said.
You literally resisted, and you literally bit my leg, and you kicked me.
As the investigation progressed, officers collected witness statements and evidence from the scene, solidifying allegations of the suspect's violent behavior and resistance. The suspect faced multiple charges, including assault on police, domestic violence against a family member, resisting arrest, and aggravated assault. The severity of the accusations reflected the suspect's aggressive actions and non-compliance throughout the encounter.
You want to run me into the pavement?
Okay, stop. Hit your head. Roll over towards me. All right, roll over here. Come on. Don't roll over. Stop bring this leg up.
No! No! I didn't do anything wrong!
Get up.
A real estate agent's vendetta leads to spray painting a neighbor's property, caught by vigilant locals. Her tearful remorse can't undo felony charges, raising questions about accountability. In a residential neighborhood, a real estate agent was implicated in a vandalism incident after allegedly spray painting a neighbor's property. The situation came to light when she knocked on a neighbor's door, drawing attention to her actions. Witnesses, including neighbors, observed her walking her dog while carrying a can of spray paint. A video captured her attempting to wash red paint off her hands, and she was seen interacting with familiar faces in the area, suggesting some level of recognition within the community.
You having trouble walking, man?
Yeah, I drank.
Okay. Yeah, she's a little bit
out. Yeah, I drank.
Okay, I got her. I got her from here. All right. We'll look you out, okay? Don't push me, man.
Hi there. I would
Let's
love.
okay.
Joe, a neighbor, detained her inside his home to prevent her from leaving, while her son stood guard outside to ensure safety. She was firmly instructed not to leave the scene as the situation unfolded. To gather evidence, neighbors agreed to review video footage from a phone and entered the house for further inspection. Inside, authorities discovered a spray paint can, directly linking her to the vandalism.
I did it. I did.
Okay, well,
I did it.
Okay, well, let me read you some stuff first.
Okay, let me know.
Hold on. Let me read you something. Okay?
He is the most.
I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself. Okay.
No.
1 second, okay?
Okay. No.
All right.
The woman was informed of her right to remain silent and her entitlement to a lawyer during questioning. She was asked if she understood these rights, ensuring procedural fairness. During questioning, she admitted to consuming 3 glasses of hard liquor, noting she was in recovery but denying any alcohol-related legal violations. She explained her actions stemmed from frustration with a neighbor, whom she accused of causing significant trouble, particularly over property disputes.
Okay.
I love it. So I damaged his property.
That's
How
what
do
you
you?
said.
Okay, wait. How do you know I damaged his property?
Her account revealed a motive rooted in ongoing tensions, as she believed the neighbor's actions infringed on her property rights. Despite her explanations, the evidence, combined with her admissions, led to her arrest for felony property damage.
Like, you look at all these things and all these, and they're like bad people and they're black, and they like, oh my God.
She was instructed to remain calm as legal proceedings began and was informed she would be transported to a detention facility. The process was methodical, with authorities prepared to handle the next steps. Throughout, she expressed remorse, acknowledging her responsibility and labeling herself as a bad person in need of change. She pledged to cooperate fully with law enforcement moving forward.
Are you? No, what? Why are you handcuffing me?
Because you're under arrest. I've already told you.
I'm under arrest. I love it.
Welcome to Speed Bodycam channel, where we share police bodycam footage. We are a dedicated team focused on creating educational and engaging content about law enforcement. Using AI and advanced technology combined with editing skill, we carefully craft our own authentic videos. Our editing team worked hard to highlight the emotional and real-life challenge officers face every day. Through impactful storytelling, we bring this story to life and share important lessons to raise awareness about the need to respect and comply with law enforcement. Please note that the content we present is not intended to promote or glorify violence, nor to condemn any individual or organization. We share this video for educational purposes, reporting and encouraging compliance with law and law enforcement in your area. Additionally, our bodycam footage is edited for brevity and to comply with YouTube's community guidelines, focusing on journalistic integrity while bringing both entertainment and meaningful lessons. We appreciate YouTube for providing a wonderful platform to reach viewers and share valuable content worldwide. Our audience support is a huge motivation for us to continue producing meaningful content every day, and it means so much to us. Thank you for being a part of the Speed Bodycam community.
That's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.